Hey there, my name is Valhalla and welcome to How to Build. Today we're going to be going over how to make a column, and really it's kind of simple. It's just like that, and roll credits. So columns really are just pillars, but really important to the structure of a building. And you can do a whole lot with them, like make the diameter of them or the width of them to be a lot thicker so that way they can be used in different buildings and look different. You can also make them to where they can actually support something like gravel or sand or concrete powder, pretty much. And they've been made out of concrete, actually, in real life at least, since the Romans invented this stuff, I think. But for the purposes of this video, we're just going to be using sandstone because it's pretty easy, and most of the time you're probably not going to use concrete and might use anything else to make a column. There's also just a lot of way to design columns, and that's not the most important aspect of making one. It's actually planning them out and figuring out how far apart they need to be, because columns are initially support structures in real life, and they should look so in Minecraft as well. So it's just best to plan out where they'll be, and you'll kind of get the gist of how they might look in retrospect to the build. When you're designing a column, it can either blend in with everything or it doesn't, depending on the build. And this can be really good or not. The best thing to do, however, when you want to make them look good is to decorate them. And there's a lot of things you can do here, like texturing or just purely adding, I don't know, anything you want. But there's a lot of ways to narrow it down to figure out what you want or what you need to do whenever you're trying to make something look good, like a column, whenever you're decorating it. For example, whenever you want a build to look more supported, you add blocks to the top or the bottom of the column. Or you can do both. It depends on the situation of whatever looks best. I'm not there to judge, it's up to you. If you want your columns to look more decorational, I'd recommend adding a chiseled or brick-like block somewhere along it. It's also good to add color here as well, because it can either make them really pop out, or it can just make it look good and kind of pretty, But for a more weathered, old, or ruined looking kind of design, you would have to texture them, which I'll definitely go over in a later video, but you can kind of get the gist of it here. So that's pretty much the basics of everything, I believe. But in real life, it can get actually a bit more complicated. Like, there's the 5 classical orders, which are all in the neoclassical style, by the way. And if you've traveled anywhere, pretty much to any important building, like old cathedrals or ruins or government buildings and all that kind of stuff, you've seen them just about everywhere, the 5 orders. But otherwise, just in this video, everything that we've covered, those are the bare basics, the bare bones, all of your everything that you need to know about making a column, I guess. I do hope you enjoyed this video, however, and if you're interested in more how to build episodes, please consider subscribing and check out my Twitch channel if you're interested in more content. And I hope you had a wonderful time here. Goodbye!